We are joined by the management of the company, Ajith Kumar K.K, MD and CEO at Dhanlaxmi Bank right now to talk about the Q1 updates. When you're looking at it, growth has been a bit muted. Kasa has improved, while loan against gold portfolio that managed to see a growth of 29%. Thank you so much, sir, for joining in with us this morning on ET Now. Good morning, and I want to start by, obviously talking about the Q1 updates. Now, systems growth is at around 15% on a year-on-year basis, while you have grown by around 6% in terms of the overall advances. If you could highlight, what was leading to the drag in the growth across segments, and what is it that you're watching out for going forward? What do we see as a trajectory?
Yeah, last year, growth was just around 6% for both deposits and advances. And one thing positive we have noticed is that the trend, the growth trajectory is improving during Q1 in all major areas. There has been growth, and we are looking at around 14 to 15% growth in all segments, as against 6 to 7% during last year. So the plans which we are having, considering the long legacy of the bank, a strong, loyal workforce, and very loyal customers, we feel that considering the low base, we are having a 14 to 15% growth during the current year is quite possible. And the Q1 growth is an indication to that.
Sure. Okay, we'll keep an eye out on that. But talking about specifically in terms of the gold loan segment, that has shown a significantly stronger growth, right? 28.6% growth. So do you think this will sustain about these, around these levels or about the 25% mark in the foreseeable future, or FY25? Is that something we could expect?
Yeah, we are definitely looking at the same kind of growth in gold portfolio, and seen the prices of gold moving up, and it has almost steady during the last few months. I think it's quite possible to maintain the same growth rate in gold, and considering the size of book that we are having currently around 3,500 crores, we feel that a growth on similar lines is quite possible. And the Q1 growth Y on Y, you have seen that it is almost 29%. So I think gold is quite possible.
So, what's been very exciting also and looks exciting in terms of a number is that within deposits, when you look at it, you showcased a growth in the Kasa deposits, while others, other players or peers that you're seeing, seems like they were struggling there. So what is your outlook in terms of the Kasa? And do you think that overall the cost of funds is something that will witness some bit of a decline going forward?
We are focusing more on Kasa and the kind of institutional business that we have brought in, plus also the government agency business that we have tied up. I'm not saying that there is going to be a significant increase in Kasa, but definitely if you are able to maintain the same kind of percentage, we are targeting another 100 basis points hike in Kasa percentage, Kasa growth. That we are focused by rolling out new products, as well as ensuring that we enhance the benefit that we'll be getting through this agency business, especially the government agency business, as well as the institutional business that we are focusing.
Surely we will keep an eye out on that. The focus will be on Kasa, is what you are saying as well, targeting another 100 basis point hike in terms of growth there. But sir, what about asset quality, and where do we see that moving? Because Q4 significantly saw an improvement in terms of asset quality. Will that be something that we are expecting in Q1 as well? And could we expect the gross non-performing assets to come below that 4% mark?
During the last couple of years, there has been a steady decline in the gross NPA. It was 2 years back, it was more than 5%. Last year, it is 4.05%. And during the current year, we plan to exit FY25 with a GNP of less than 3%. Seeing the trend that we have witnessed during the last years, I think it's possible, and this is what we are looking at. And then GNP percentage of less than 3% is what we are aiming at.
3% of GNP is what you are aiming at this time. So that's going to be interesting to watch out for, Mr. Kumar. Also, word I want in terms of what is the approximate MFI or unsecured book that you have for the bank? And do you see the stress building up within this segment? Is that a concern for you?
I think we have got a very negligible, small micro MFI book. It's not significant. And I think seeing the opportunities available, I think even if you look at a few 2% or 3% additional growth in that segment, it is not going to affect because the volumes that we have built in MFI is quite low, and there is an opportunity for the bank to significantly shore up. In the percentage terms, considering the low book size we are having for MFI.
What would be the target that you would have for MFI in the next couple of years? Is that where you want to increase your exposure?
I think maximum we might be looking at a book size of around 200 to 300 crores. That's all we'll be looking at.
And a word on NIMs, sir. What's the outlook in terms of NIMs for FY25 and also for Q1 FY25? What should we be expecting from the company? Any range that you could highlight for FY25?
FY25, last year our NIMs was 4.22. We look at maybe another 50 to 20 basis points is what we are looking at. Maybe reaching a level of 4.4 would be something very positive for the organization, and seeing the kind of efforts we are putting in for growing gold, micro and other SME. I'm sure the geography where we are having significant presence, this is going to help us substantially. So a 15 to 20 basis points hike in NIM is what we are looking at for FY25.
And just a last question, because this is the first quarter for you as the MD and CEO of the bank. So, just in terms of understanding your key focus area, your strategy, what would you be looking to work on now?
I think what we are planning is to have a steady and sustained growth for the bank. I'm not saying that there's going to be a steep increase in business. We are just targeted, as I mentioned earlier, it's just 14 to 15% business growth during the current year. And the indication that we are having after Q1 is that it is quite possible. And bank can easily, I think we are planning to come out with some organization structural changes, especially we are already in the search for a new executive director who will be joining in next couple of months, plus few other changes in the organization. Plus, I think we are planning to roll out products and process improvement in processes and new products. Plus, I think investing more in technology as well as in human resources would be something that we are planning to, and all this in place, I'm sure that what the numbers we are expecting for the financial year could be possible.
Sure, Mr. Kumar, thank you so much, for giving us your time this morning and talking to us on ET Now. It's a pleasure having you on the show, and we'll talk to you soon after your numbers as well.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.